ether circuit.
I got it. I got it. Will do.
Okay, the problem with this is he needs to get in there. Well, I guess it can become both melee and 14 to 19 crush. It just needs to get in there. If it doesn't do that, it would, it's going to be problematic.
I got it.
bastard. God damn. Oh god, Derek is so fucked up. Derek, please. It's like, how come they can't heal him fast enough? Ugh. Swear you're filthy to this guy, of course, and I'll help you. Trusting a sales force. Yeah, this is. It's a little earlier. So that's it. What do we need to do
Can't do
this
that.
quest? Oh, didn't splinter into coffee. Who leveled up Siren? Oh, Lantry.
Right. Sorry, can't.
See, how come you can't sleep here? Just so odd.
Chattius Maximus. This is the sort of question that can get you killed. Very little is known about how archons are born and come to power, and my long life has taught me that Kairos and the archons prefer it this way. If the young and talented remain forever in the dark, the old and mighty can rule without challenge. I heard of Ash. He will always be merely Ash to me, before Kairos renamed him and gave his legion that backhanded title. As a rebel, a grimy, illiterate partisan who was winning battles while his countrymen of the Northern Kingdom has lost left and right. Ash was always a good leader, but he wasn't born able to mystically reach out and protect his soldiers. The earliest mention of it isn't even until the tail end of the Northern Conquest. And if you read the journals, they don't tell stories of grievous harm warded off by Ash's stern looks. Instead, they talk of his soldiers finding their fears and doubts lifted from them by Ash's presence. A careful reading suggests the ability to actively protect physical harm came years later, as the bond grew, and more importantly, as his legend grew. That legend part is the key detail, in my understanding. An archon's power is something of a self-fulfilling prophecy. The widespread perception of an archon's power is the very thing that strengthens an archon's power. So in Ash's case, he had some early inkling of a power, the ability to assuage the burdens of his men, and as he took on the mantle of power and became known all around Tyrannus as the next archon of war, it soon became the ability to bear the physical burdens of his men, not just their fears and doubts. Thus, my advice to you is to act like an archon. Take power where you can find it. Foster fear. Foster love. Never walk through life anonymously, but rather live in the thoughts of your followers and the anxieties of your enemies. Myothis. That's about Kairos' wrath. Dear Myothis, thank you for weighing in on all of this. To ask perhaps too obvious a question, if I am such an anomaly, such a threat, why hasn't the Overlord dealt with me right away? An edict or just a simple request to Bled and Mark would be no simple threat. Neither seems to happen just yet. What is your take on this? Why hasn't Kairos dealt with me? Chattius Maximus. Okay, what are we going to do next?
Where's the quest? Oh, we need to go to Sentinel's turn. I guess we can return to Cacophony too real quick. Because I think it's on our way, right? Where's Cacophony? It's over here. 2 days. 3 days.
Can't do that.
Oh, it was him. Okay. Might there be something I can help you with? I've slain the disfavored in the wilderness near Lethian's Khorasan. He cranes his neck and sniffs, waiting. Finally, he clears his throat. And the proof we settle on? How come they didn't ask us to dismember while we were fighting the enemies? Hand him a bloodstained sack. As agreed. 1,000 ring. He cackles. Oh, I'm going to make good use of these. Right, here's the rings we agreed upon. More importantly than that, I was also able to convince some Bronze Brotherhood to join the chorus. And he's gonna give us 2,500 rings now. Better results than expected. Don't get to say that often around here. Fine, here's the rings we agreed upon. Look, I like working with you, despite things. He twirls his hand to expound on the unspoken. Like you being a fate binder. I've got a few bits and bobs to tidy up if you're interested, but I'm going to do you a favor and send you to Sanguinary on the upper plateau. She's got a situation I think you'll want to handle. I wish to aid chorus operations out of cacophony. What's the situation? Report. Got a couple of storms brewing. A number of defectors from resistance groups around the tiers have come to swear fealty to the voices, or they were coming before they were captured by disfavored troops en route. The defectors need to be rescued and then properly brought into the fold. We can't have them singing our secrets before they've even learned the damn song, now can we? But we'll decide what to do with them once they're under our care again. I'll find a deal with the captured defectors. Oh, look at all these places you can go now. Last our scouts reported the defectors had reached Boulder Reef in a stone sea before the disfavored took them in for the night. You should start there. Didn't he say that there's somebody else up here that needed my help? Sanguinary. Yeah, there she is. What is it? Make it good or make yourself scarce. I'm a little busy, stitching myself back together. Grimy fingers squeeze the edges of a long gash on the thigh together while she splashes amber liquid from a dirt-smeared bottle onto her wound. A flat bone sewing needle and black thread sit on a small wooden stool next to her. What happened to you? She glances up from her work, gauging you with surprise and curiosity for a moment. War. She twists to show you an older, gravelly, and scabbed wound on her shoulder. Her arms are littered with pocks and scars. Actually, a fellow named Splinter suggested I speak to you about a problem you're having. She barks a jerking laugh, inadvertently spilling more liquor from the bottle. There's one thing to call him. Go to wonder what the horde pustule thinks he's up to, and sending a fade binder my way. She sighs and sets the bottle aside, spitting into her palm to lave the residual dirt away from, before groping for the flat stitching needle. He's not wrong though, she grunts as the needle pierces her skin. I do need the help. A squad of fucking Oathbound got us up near Vendrion's well. There was 5 of us Furies. Well, no, before that it was 9. She falls silent, stitching sloppily but with concentration. Then, that quick, it was only me. I managed to take a couple down before. She waves a grimy hand over the wound in explanation. I didn't retreat, I ran, and it hurt to do so. I want you to find those Oathbound and avenge my sisters. She bends over her thigh and snaps the black thread with her teeth. When she rises back, she takes the remaining length of thread, ties it into a jumbled knot, and then swallows it. She rubs painfully at her chest. I want them dead. I want it to hurt first. I'll avenge your fellow Furies. She nods, but her attention seems to be taken by the act of testing herself, stomping her freshly mended leg and slapping at the wound. Without looking at you, voice strained, she answers, "See that you do." Sagunari. That's a cool name. You make out a light rustling not far from your campsite. Wary of an ambush, you quietly flank the source of the sound, only to come upon a foot-long grayish tube of flesh, a grave worm. These pallid creatures do more to enrich the soil of the tears, but their meat can also make a bland, chewy meal if need dictates. The grave worm undulates slowly in the light of Tarada's grave, its rubbery gray skin speckled with bits of soil. Lure more worms with grave light. You force your fingers through the complex arcane gestures required of great life magic, and the moon seems to brighten, spilling cool gray light across the earth. The soil churns, and several more worms writhe from beneath your feet. Tarada's grave hangs shining above you as you collect and slaughter the worms. You don't even get anything from this. Oh, yeah, you get some meat. She started calling me Archon now. She's funny. Archon Chadius Maximus, allow me to address you by such a title before it becomes fashionable to do. I pride myself a woman who stays ahead of the trends. Why Kairos smites some, but allows others to exist is a question we all ponder. The Overlord can certainly appear arbitrary, and if I've learned anything, that's the point. Kairos is intentionally aloof and distant, both for matters of personal security and because if you had to wrangle the most powerful entities of Tyrannis, you need to keep them from getting too comfortable. To me, the most obvious answer is that Kairos knows exactly what you're doing. She probably approves of your actions, and is likely working at every opportunity to create a situation wherein you're acting in your own self-interest while satisfying her ambitions as well. You have to consider one important detail. There is nowhere left in Tyrannis to conquer now that the tears are in the Overlord's grasp. What would the great generals even do in time of peace? The voices in Narad is barely tolerable when you have need of a spy master. Why keep around such a monster when you no longer need of such a gruesome weapon? I would argue it is in Kairos' interest that the Tears be a costly invasion that claims the lives of as many of the Archons as possible. Not enough meat on the Tears to keep too many sharks sated very long. Kairos ordered everyone to take Ascension Hall or die. The or die must have been an acceptable option, correct? If I had to hazard a guess, I'd say you have the unspoken backing of the Overlord. It's not like Blade and Mark can't find you wherever you want, Myothis. Dear Myothis, your wisdom on the matter is greatly appreciated. You made mention of Blade and Mark and his killings. During my training, Fatebinder Kallio hinted that much of Blade and Mark's work involves killing off threats before they blossom into genuine problems, so it's curious to hear you second that fact. So let's say, for the sake of argument, I am some Archon. Is it just a matter of time until Blood and Mark is sent to kill me? Should I be making grand displays of loyalty to the court to assuage his suspicions? Shadius Maximus. Superior leather.
Sorry, can't. Can't do that.
I will stay out of sight.
Sorry, can't. Can't do that. On it.
I'd have it no other way.
I got it. I can't move.
Making sound. It's not just in your ears.
How could I miss?
Sounds like that hurts.
I bring glory to my guild.
Dead. This pungent smelling swath of linen is a red moss poultice, traditional green water and herbal remedy for smoke inhalation and foul air. Unfortunately, this poultice is torn and cannot be used. Ooh, Iron Mask. This favorite Iron Mask. God damn it. He is too, he is too squishy, it's just so funny.
Learn something every day. Glory of Kairos!
Look at them tanking like a boss now. Our character is like a major tank.
Consider it done.
I got it.
Tanking like a boss. Love it.
Right.
I love it. Oh, that's hot.
Will do.
What, that's maxed at 19? And then the last talent in any of the players, 6 talent trees. Nice. Magique. Oh, what is this? Nice. That's it. We just have to release the.
Will do.
That's the quest. We're gonna kill everybody. No mercy.
On it. Heads up, we have company. On it. Sorry, can't.
This wall was torn down in a rush and the items inside are missing. It's unclear whether fleeing residents or aggressive looters are responsible.
I got it.
You're dead away.
On it.
That ringing sound? It's not just in your ears.
I'll hit you twice as hard next time.
That was it?
On it.
Where is she? I don't remember. Up here? No, is this...
Can't do that.
Alright. Is it done then? We killed him. Oh, her quest is different. So I guess this was the quest for this guy down here. I've dealt with the captured defectors. So the whispers say, set them loose, did you? I suppose you really have a soft spot for us Chorus after all. They'll make fine recruits, assuming they survive the pits. On behalf of the Chorus, I do thank you for your help, Fatebinder. I've certainly benefited from it. He salutes you, followed by a mock bow, safe travels and all that. Okay. I'm gonna stop here.
Sorry, can't.
Let's read this missive real quick though. My dear Fatebinder, wait. No longer Archon Jadius. It's a poorly kept secret that Blade and Mark's job is more about killing threats before they become a problem. Official executions are really the minority of his duties. As I understand, Kairos has long used Blade and Mark as a preventative measure, since he can move about the world rather freely, and he can evade all but the most absurd powers. He's the perfect predator to send against wild talents. I'm sure few in the tiers have ever actively wondered why there have been seemingly so few Archons born this far west. I'm sure folks with the potential to be Archons have occurred in the tiers time and time again, but they're usually cut down by Mark before the world hears of them. It's likely safe to assume Blood and Mark has his eye on you and has orders to use his own judgment as to when to strike. I've known the old man for ages, and I've knowingly encouraged you not to try to appeal to him with overt displays of loyalty. He has no stomach for sycophants. I sincerely believe he thinks every human being is a selfish, twisted knave, and there are those who are lying about it and those who accept what they are. No third type exists. So yes, I do think Blood and Mark will one day have to come for you. As I said, you could always hide or end your life now, but where you're headed, conflict is likely inevitable. Meothas. Oh, we're out of responses. Let's do that.